Well, we now the AFC Wimbledon head coach, Mark Robinson. Disappointment around the camp, obviously, with the fact that the Charlton game has been called off. What are your thoughts about the situation?
Yeah, really disappointing, Rob. Obviously really disappointing because obviously we had the game called off as well last week and now called off again today. And yeah, it's difficult, but you can't have negative energy. You've got to have positive energy and look forward. You know, we've done everything we can to keep football going over the Christmas period, because you don't know it's so important to fans. It's always important to fans, but in these times even more so, to give everyone something to look forward to. So I'm proud of what the team's done here. I can't lie, Tim and Chris, who look after those things, you know, have been constantly on me, and sometimes it's frustrating, but I'm so glad they have, you know, because you know, the protocols we've had in place have meant we've had kind of minimal disruption, and within that disruption we've been happy to go out and get football on as well, you know. So we went to Wycombe, as you know, with one centre back, but we was happy to come up with solutions to play. We would have been going in the Sunday's game with no recognised forward. That's part of football as well. We still would have come up with solutions to get that game on as well. So yeah, it's really disappointing, but it is what it is. But from our end, we know that, you know, we've done absolutely everything from cancelling the players' Christmas party to testing every single day, you know, to make sure that football's carried on.
Yeah, just give us an insight into how things are in that coaching office out there, because everybody's pretty deflated, aren't they?
Yeah, it is, because, you know, it's I know people sit in different camps with football over Christmas, but I think it's tradition. It's great. It's something that you look forward to, and we know, and football's about fans, you know. That's my fault, and I know the fans look forward to it, and I realise it's a busy schedule for players, but we're blessed to be in this sport, and I think it's a great time for football. So yeah, everyone is deflating. As I said, you know, we haven't had our, you know, you have your own struggles every day. It's a real difficult time, and especially with the new variant, you know, because lots of players don't have symptoms, etc. It's difficult. You never know what's going to throw up, and we've had different things thrown up. As I said, because we test every day, and the protocols we have in place, the players are kept apart all the time. They arrive separately, etc. We've managed to keep the disruption fairly minimal, and when we have, we've faced it with positivity and been happy to carry on. So it is what it is. All you can do is look after your own camp, and which we've done and we'll continue to do.
Yeah, so I mean, look, staying positive, obviously the Charlton game is now gone.
Yeah.
How do you rejig this in terms of going forward over the holiday period?
Well, obviously it's going to give us a fixture pile up. We've already got 3 games in hand of most teams, so it's going to be another game. And I believe now, obviously, if the Oxford game goes ahead, we'll be going into 4 away games, including the FA Cup. But as you said, there's only one way to approach it, and that's with positivity. So, you know, we look at the training schedule now leading up to the Oxford game, and get that right for the players, and make sure they're preparing right, and making sure that we've still got our protocols in place so that we have minimal disruption to players and staff. And then, yeah, we just look at those games. So obviously it's not ideal having 4 away games on the spin, but you just, as I said, you always in the end you look at it and you'll find the positives, and we'll carry on.
How have the players been? Obviously, because they've been in great form. They've been dealing with this week, and now they've got to get over that, get their minds back focused on winning games again. Yeah,
they've been great, and I've just dropped them a message now to let them know the game's off, because as far as we knew it was going to be on, this has sort of been dropped on us a bit. We didn't see any reason to know why it was going to be off. But again, our message to them is that you can only approach things in one way, and you can only, you know, just look after what's in your control. That's all you can ever do, is look after what's in your control, and this isn't in our control. So we just put our energy into what's in our control, and move on.
In terms of team news, the situation whilst we've got you here at the moment, is there an update on Aaron Presley?
No, just waiting to hear from the scan from Tim. So Aaron went for the scan today. So once we know what the results are, we know, you know, how severe it is with Aaron. So and then, you know, whatever it is, whether it's longer than expected or not, then, you know, we want to look after his rehab, and we want to get him back, because he's been important player to us, and he will continue to be an important player for us. So whatever the result brings, you know, we want to look after his rehab and get him back and ready playing for us.
Absolutely. Of course, we spoke last week in terms of your plans for January. I mean, I suppose you're always monitoring that, and you've got to be flexible and work upon that as well.
Yeah, we have, and you know, again, going back to the protocols that we face here, you know, the testing every day comes with costs that, you know, a club with our resources could do without, but you do the right thing. So that's why we've been testing every day. But you know, that I believe there could be some money available from January to maybe bring in a body. So we look at that based on the squad. We'll also look at the players out on loan, whether we need to bring any of them back, one or two, and just look at the squad. But I feel we're in a good place. As I said, we've got Will coming back. You saw Will training today, and Shay, and they both trained excellently the last couple of days. Will's just a little bit behind Shay, so when we get those two back again, I feel we're in a good place. Obviously losing Prez for whatever time it is a blow, so we need to look at that area of the pitch. But yeah, but the key thing is, Rob, is that we remain focused on the people in the building. I'm a big believer. You know, fundamentally, I'm a coach. That means my job is to educate the players and the staff and improve in the building as well as improve myself. So I don't want to lose focus on what we're doing here by taking my eye off the ball. And I think we've got a fantastic group of players in here, and I've got a fantastic group of staff. So our main focus is how we keep getting better, which I think, you know, that's been really evident throughout the season, and it's been particularly evident the last 5 games. So that's key, is how we keep getting better, and at the same time making sure we've got enough cover if we have our own issues, whether it be injury or COVID related. So it's just getting that right. But the key thing is that we stay focused on what we're doing and building what we're doing here.
Shay Alexander, on the subject of that, is very close now, so I mean, in a positive way, it will give him that little bit more time before Oxford, yeah? Yeah,
it will, because it probably Sunday would have come a bit too soon for Shay, so I'll have to check, but that maybe gives him half a chance for Oxford. It would be minutes, not starting, but he was excellent in training today, so that gives him an extra few sessions, which is good. Gives Will an extra few sessions as well. So as I said, there's always positives you can take in amongst the frustration, and it's key not to get frustrated, because frustration isn't a good energy to have.
I know it's a way off yet, but it's also good to see Paul Callan-By out there with Tim Maynard today.
Yeah, Pika was running, as you've seen, and I know Pika well enough to know once he gets the bit between his teeth, he could end up shocking people. I think we're looking at sort of mid-Feb at the moment, but I know what Pika's like, and once he gets back running, it wouldn't surprise me if he ends up being a week or two earlier than is expected, which again is really, really positive. And there's loads of positives that come out of it. You know, we were gutted to lose Will and PK, but then that gave Dan his opportunity, and Dan's been absolutely excellent. You know, and when we lost Dan through illness, non-COVID related, you know, what a plus that Nesta stepped in there and showed that he's got more strings to his bow as well. So there's always positives, and as I said on Sunday, if the game had gone ahead, I would have been willing to probably stick in another young forward and give him his first 14 league debut, but unfortunately that's not going to be the case now.
So in terms of Christmas now, the situation's almost upon us. Your first one in charge as a head coach. What's Christmas like for a head coach at home?
Yeah, well, obviously you're really, really busy, and you just look forward to football. Obviously you want to spend a little bit of time with your family, but football's your main focus, and as I said, the Christmas period is fantastic for football. It's great for the fans, and something that you really look forward to. You know, I always look forward to it when I run the academy, and it's no different as a first team coach. I think it's tradition. It's something that we should keep hold of. As I said, maybe other people feel differently, I don't know, and feel it should be a time of rest. I just think it's a great time for the fans and a great time for the players. So, yeah, personally, obviously, I get the extra day now, Saturday and Sunday, so it gives me a little bit more time with the family, but also more time to look at the games we've got coming up, and obviously we're going to have a really busy schedule moving forward.
Have you got a message for those Wimbledon fans for Boxing Day's game being off, because they're going to be really deflated as well, of course?
Yeah, they are, and you know, my message would have been, obviously we would have been without certain players on Sunday, so my message would have been, you know, can you please keep with the positivity, because you've been unbelievable and you have been like an 11th man for us. So, you know, we're now going into, obviously first and foremost, keep yourself safe and healthy, but we're now going to a run of 4 away fixtures. So, you know, all I can ask is if you can maintain what you've been, which has been incredibly positive, because it has such a massive impact on the players. You know, that they absolutely love it. So stay healthy, stay happy, and we look forward to seeing you on our away trips.
Absolutely, Robbo. Thanks for your time.
Cheers, Rob.